Yes, and we're on. Guys, first of all, thank you so much. It's really a huge honor. Guys, who the hell are you?
We are Mickey Rickshaw, Celtic punk band from Boston. Actually,
Oh,
we are three members. There's eight of us, but you do not want all eight of us in here. It's a mess. So yeah,
Nobody would say anything. Nobody would get anything out.
yeah.
yeah, we would be
Eight
in a
guys.
fight.
Yeah. We haven't seen each other in 9 months, and we'd start fighting.
So we're lucky because we have the three more intelligence, as I understand, from the each of you.
See, we're all tied for last place for intelligence.
Guys, it's a
So-
huge honor. Thank you so much for doing this. I discovered the band a year and a half ago with the last records, Home in Song. But for people in Quebec, first of all, how the band started up, how that project started up in Boston.
So initially, it was a solo project. I wrote a bunch of songs, and then one Valentine's Day, I was at a bar. I was really drunk, and I saw a guy wearing a Pogues shirt. And I went up to him. I said, "Hey, man, I fucking love the Pogues." And he was like, "It was our tin whistle player. He plays tin whistle and bagpipes." And I don't, I don't even know what happened. The next day, I just see a number on my phone, and I'm like, "Who the hell is this?" And he's like, "What's up? It's Shane. We met last night." And I was like, "I thought it was a girl's number." And yeah, the girl I talked to, I didn't get her number, but I got Shane's number, and then we ended up starting this band. So yeah, it was weird. I met Shane on Valentine's Day.
And Jake too, right?
And Jake, our fiddle
night?
player, he was at the bar that night, and as soon as I met him, he was speaking in a fake accent and he was singing, and I hated him. I said,
Did you throw him down the stairs?
his roommate Christian got in a fight with him and he threw him down the stairs of the bar. And I know it's like a Boston cop movie. And I said, I never want to see that guy again. And now he's in our band and we're best friends.
Yeah.
So
What, 8 years later, nothing has changed.
6 years later.
6 years. 6 years.
That's it.
It's
only been
easy.
six.
Sometimes the first impression, didn't show you the destiny that you can have with your body. Sometimes
Yeah.
it takes time, and you realize after a couple of years, damn, man, remember that fight?
Yeah. We're the worst at we make the worst first impressions. So I think it's important to start low, start the relationship low, and then build up from there. So
Yeah, ain't that right?
cheers to that.
It's a love story, it's a love story about music and about two guys meeting on Valentine's Day. So the start and the base of the band is beautiful. It's love.
Yeah, that's what you want to call it.
It's based on drunken love and Celtic punk music. So that's how it all came together.
And that's the thing, guys. That scene is a really small scene. Maybe people would thought that with the Dropkick Murphys coming from Boston's and band like Flogging Molly that have huge success over the course of years, that there would be tons of bands everywhere. But it's not really the case. It's still a small scene and still really underground in a way. But it's something that bring everybody together. It's like having all door open. Metalhead go see the shows. People that love rock music go see the shows. The punk rockers are there. People that just into folk music. It's a beautiful scene. Is it the same now in Boston? Is it the crowd and everything?
Yeah, so there aren't many Celtic punk bands. I think in Boston there's only like, I don't know, one or two others that I can think of. So most of the shows that we end up playing, we're a big advocate of mixed bill shows, having a bunch of different bands from different genres on the same bill. I think it builds a better community and music scene overall. But yeah.
It's a great thing because it's kind of everywhere now. I spoke recently with the O'Reillys and the Paddy-Ats, and they're from Germany.
Yep.
And it's the same thing. There's a few bands, but people are really dedicated, and this scene is a family affair. Like I said, everybody, it's a friendship thing, and it's really, really strong.
It really
Yeah.
is a huge friendship scene. It's pretty incredible the people we met over the years and how tight knit everybody can be and is for each other, or being there for each other. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
So much that we share band members now.
I joined the band at this point, what, 3 years ago, and I remember like joining up and like, you guys kind of already had a following and like things were kind of moving and stuff. And I just remember like meeting a lot of fans and like being introduced and like being like almost like taken in. I don't know, it's hard to describe because it was like all these people like already knew each other, all these people already knew like you guys and everything. And then like I got to meet them and like it was just very like, oh, welcome to this thing that like we have, and it was really like cool to kind of be brought into.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our I would say a lot of our fans kind of took you in and kind of brought you in and made you feel a part of the family, because we didn't want
Changed
to.
the dynamic.
Yeah.
We didn't want you to feel like you were a part of it. We wanted you to play the instrument, get the hell
And
out.
then get out. Yeah.
And we didn't want to be friends with you, Derek. So I'm actually been very furious with our fan base for having made you become friends with us. So
Yeah.
I want to bring that up. But I wasn't going to talk about that here. But
We have a typical Boston joke.
yeah.
Yeah. Joe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Boston sarcasm is really strong. I have to remember that. Yeah. But yes, it is a big community.
Feel bad.
A tight-knit community.
A lot of us have known each other for a long time.
Yeah, it's true. And what I enjoy about your music, I went to Boston, and it's a strong city, and the music represents a lot. How strong the people in Boston are, and that spirit of the party and drinking and having a good time. Even if it was it was a really tough city. And we feel that through every goddamn song.
Yeah. It's hey, I'm dog sitting at my friend's house, and this guy likes to just come over and like stand an inch away from my face.
Who the hell is that?
His name is Diesel. He's a good boy. He's very old though. Yeah.
So
One thing how tough Boston is, and then the dog enters.
Yeah. Well, he's a pit bull. He's a pit bull. So like,
Yeah. Good.
we try to bring the Boston sound and spirit into a lot of the songs, without trying to sound like the Dropkick Murphys, because of course they sing about Boston and Boston sports, and we love all that. But I think with our band, we we're not writing songs about hockey. We're not singing about the Charles River. But we
Not yet.
it's a product. Our music is a product of actually living in Boston.
Yeah, because it's really different. Not just like the writing. I mean, when you listen to the music, it's totally two different beasts, and they choose a direction now, and they really changed their song over the course of time, and it's great. But I really feel the raw punk rock and everything. And Omen's song is a good representation of the balance of what you guys offer. There's fast songs, but they're really catchy, melodic, beautiful songs. And the writing is just make it stronger, I think.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And how was the writing of the records, and how was going in studio to produce it?
So a lot of the music was written by the whole band as a collaborative effort. I write all the lyrics, but a lot of the music is, our bouzouki player Kyle, he writes some riffs. The fiddle player, he does a lot of the writing, and then kind of everyone just pitching in ideas.
Shane just like kind of like stands there and hangs out.
Yeah.
It's a pretty painless experience. We just kind of get together and hang out, and songs fall out, and it's not too. You don't have to force it,
Yeah, and then the album was produced by Pete from the Bouncing Souls, and he understood our sound. He understood exactly what we were going for. And since we're obviously pretty largely inspired by that band, by like the big sing along choruses, he knew exactly what we were doing, so he made it come together, and I think in a pretty nice way.
Yeah, it worked perfectly because the record is amazing, and I know Pete is more of a guy who understand the course of the band and the direction you guys want to go. Not pushing yourself too much to doing something maybe you guys didn't want to go. He really understand that, and since he's involved with Bouncing Soul since day one, it's just it's a natural understanding of what's being in band. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was really cool to work with too because it wasn't like we just kind of went in there and did our thing and then like we just kind of like went off. We hung out with him. He got to know us. Like we got to know him. It was more of like a
Babysitter.
babysitter. He was more like
He
our
was more of a
babysitter.
parent.
Yeah. He just like I don't know. It was just like a very like nice kind of like I don't know. I want to use the word intimate, but for some reason that seems like I'm being weird about him now.
Well,
Intimate.
weird, dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like very
Discreetly
like
intimate.
yeah.
Yeah, you
It's like
freak.
weirdly intimate with it. No, it was just a very good like kind of person on person.
Personal. It was a
Yeah,
personal
Personal.
experience.
Personal is a good word.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the word I wanted to use.
And that's the cool thing about the Bouncing Soul. I met them and did an interview with them a couple of times. They're such, they're one of the coolest guy out there. Really down to earth, simple guy. And still enjoying a lot music and are still passionate about it. And it's the proof. Sharing their experience, helping new generation of band. Even if we're fucking old, you're kind of new generation. Old new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New to us or new to them.
Yeah,
We're 30-year-olds. We're not 40-year-olds, but we're not 20-year-olds.
Well,
So.
That's not true.
Jimmy's a youngin.
I'm a young guy.
Yeah, Rickshaw. I'm the oldest one. I'm 31. The youngest guy is. How old are you, Jim?
25.
25, and you have the body of a 50-year-old.
50-year-old police officer from Charlestown.
His organs don't work anymore. They're failing on him.
A 50-year-old bag of cement.
His kidneys are failing. His urine is orange.
So I'm maybe the older one here. I'm 39 and I'm gonna turn 40. I just turned 39, so I still have 8 months, and then it's 40. But it's not the first thing to fall off. Let me tell you.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah, man. And you're such in a great time right now in music. Not now
COVID.
with the pandemic. The pandemic. We really have to make. But yeah, before the pandemic, it was amazing. There's a lot of people getting back in the scene, and I think even the pandemic had stopped a lot, but people gonna go crazy when things gonna get back together. And I think that there's way more people aware of what's going on in the underground scene. A lot of people have discovered what's around, around them. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, so I think before COVID, we started to see a lot of different scenes popping up everywhere. So it seemed to be music is being so easy to share and get out there that I think a lot of more weird niche little genres are starting to pop up, that you're getting these different scenes in every city, which can help and hurt. Part of it, you have people only going to one type of show.
Mm.
Whereas I think like back in the mid 2000s, every bill was a mixed bill. So you would have like these shows with just a bunch of completely different people and do a lot of different type of music. So that's what I hope to see comes back.
I think there'll be a pretty big explosion across all the scenes once all of this starts coming back out of it. I think people will be going to every and any show they can. I hope.
just to get out.
I'll be going everywhere.
You know what's
house.
funny about you saying that, like, you know, back in like the mid 2000s, like people were going to like all these mixed bills shows and stuff. You know what I'm realizing about that is that the internet wasn't what it is now back then. So it's like people used to have to go to shows to discover bands.
Right.
Where it's like now we have, like you were saying, just like so much access where it's like, okay, I already know I like this band. I don't have to go and like, you know, to some dude's random basement to find out like this band like I already do, which definitely has benefits and like negative effects, I guess, because like now you're getting like the core audience. It's like, you know, there's maybe less people at the show, but you know these people are ready to like go wild,
Right.
and, you know.
But
So
you can just find bands by accident now. You know, you got Spotify and whatnot.
that exactly.
Bands just come on, just
Yep.
on a loop or whatever. I mean, how often do you listen to CDs anymore?
Yeah, right.
You know, I got some in my truck, but you know, I've had the same like Green Day CD in my CD player for 6 months.
I listen to them when I whip them out my window when I'm driving to hit mailboxes.
Yeah, they make cool sounds.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
the
that to
only
Crisco one time, brand new CD.
What CD was it? Do you remember?
It was a Germ CD. It looked like a blank CD, and I threw it right out the window.
But yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys are right. I think people are gonna go crazy. I really hope it will stand more longer than I think. Sometimes, you know, for years, and then we get back to normal life and forget. But this time, I think people will remember that, you know, there's always something that can happen. So yeah, I think there's gonna be less complaining about shows or anything. Like
Yeah,
people
for sure.
less criticize. You know, people critics a lot what they see now. I think they're gonna just want to enjoy the moment with their friend, having a couple of drinks, you know, the roots where it started up, you know, and a lot of people gonna go crazy as it's the first show and everything. So yeah, and you know, you're right. Back in the days, it was if it, and that's the cool thing about the Warp Tour at that time. That's where festivals like that go town to town. You can discover new band and new style, and you know, Flogging Molly were playing there. I remember when they started up, it was everybody was now into folk music, and it was kind of new in punk scene, you know, to have that. But the folks were doing that for so many years, and we got the Maroons here, but we were aware of that. Which now, as you say, it's more like what Spotify show you or YouTube, you know, on the right left corner, and okay, I'm gonna try this or not. It's really kind of going to McDonald's. You eat a fucking Big Mac. You eat it. It's fucking good, and then it's the next thing, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Give me another Big Mac.
I hope it's change. I think there's always be fans out there and collectors. You know, vinyl are now the things. You know, but there's a lot of band that releasing cassettes or still CDs, and you know, there's like hardcore collectors right now that want every color and everything. So there always be a physical aspect of music that people want to have or want to buy, or a way to encourage a band. But yeah, things are different now than when I grew up, when you know, you could like wait a week to have your $20, take a ride on the bus for an hour, buy the CD, wait another hour to get back home, and then listen to it and knowing the lyrics because you fucking read it on the ride on the bus, and it was another thing.
Yeah, vinyl's making a pretty big comeback right now too.
Yeah, has been
pretty impressive.
It's incredible how much money we lost by pressing vinyl. we pressed a vinyl and we sold 2.
I think both of them were to my mom.
Yeah. It was because she forgot if she bought one already.
Yeah.
8 months later, that was our second sale.
Yeah.
You should check, man. I bought 1, so you got 3.
Oh, so this all right. We got 3 confirmed.
That's right.
Yeah, my car. You got to look at the slips. Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah. This is our inventory guy here. I don't know.
Yeah. You should have seen how. Never mind. Anyway.
What people at home, I know you. We have tons of requests since we play you guys on our show. So you like the fucking Mickey Rickshaw? Do as me, man. Go grab the CD. Take them wrong. or throw them. Buy a lot of them, like 20. You keep one and you got 19 to throw, like to people that fucking like double cross you on the road or anything, man.
Exactly.
Our CDs are shaped like ninja stars for road rage. So
Yeah, we sharpen the edges.
yeah.
The CD is actually just a handgun.
American joke.
American
sorry.
joke.
Sorry.
Okay. And I get half of it. I understand half of the joke.
Yeah.
We're gonna segue off of this now before they go even further down.
No. We were
asking about NASCAR races, but yeah.
I had the chance to come to Canada. I didn't check if you guys came.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Don't die on that.
I said something, then I coughed whiskey into my nose.
Anywho, well then.
Yes. So the last time we played Canada, we played in Montreal, and that was the only place we played in Canada. I believe the venue was called, I can't pronounce it. My French is horrible. It's l'hémisphère gauche, left hemisphere. Okay. And
good job,
yeah, it was cool. But we've been dying to come into Quebec and Montreal again, and we love Canada.
I'd love to go back to Canada.
Absolutely. Most of us are allowed in.
Yeah, all but one.
Yep.
Well, Jake might be allowed back soon. Jake might be able to get in.
Forget him.
That's all right.
Forget him.
And then but we haven't been to we haven't been to Quebec or Toronto or any of the other big cities,
But it's cool. Montreal, it's a really, I always say it's a punk rock city. It's really cool, because it's different. If you come to Quebec, it's really more European style with the Chateau Frontenac, which is a huge castle there.
Mm-hmm.
So Montreal is really punk rock with the craft, the sex everywhere. It's a wicked city.
Absolutely.
Sounds like fun.
as soon as we were turning 18, we would drive up to Montreal. It was only 5 hours because we couldn't drink in the States. So yeah.
Yeah. Man, how long ago? Probably 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago today, I was in Montreal with Cobb. We went up there for a Bruins Canadians game. I believe we won, of course.
I'm sure of it. I'm a Nordics. I fucking hate Montreal.
Wow.
My father raised me hating Reds. Everything's Reds. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
I lost my team.
Pour one out.
And we kind of have the fucking bad team. When they leave, they got to Colorado and they fucking win the Stanley Cups. But they got Patrick Roy back in the days, which would never happen if the Nordic would stay in Quebec, because Nordic and Canadian, we really hate each other. So, we're on your team, Boston.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
We got we have a common enemy, as they say.
Yeah.
Who says that? Who?
But
I'm faking my way through a hockey talk, okay? You're gonna blow it.
I'm sorry.
No, I like it. The show is all about that. I like your energy, guys. I know you're a live band, and that's what I love. I didn't catch you guys, but I'm sure people in Montreal could say that. But I'm sure the energy and being 8 guys on the stage and everything, it's way more intense. But Home in Song is a great record. I'm sure you guys try to represent that when you're recording songs, like the energy you have live, but it's a tough thing.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, we're a group of friends, ultimately. I mean, we haven't played music since March, but we get on PlayStation and play Call of Duty almost every night. So the band, that's the only way we can hang out these days. But
we still all hang out.
Yeah, we don't hang out, but I mean, 2 of the members work together, and then Dooley and Kyle work together. So we have 4 different members that all work with each other, just at different jobs. So, we're around each other, in our daily life anyway, except for me. I'm always somewhere else. But I joined another band. So,
Yeah. So now Mike's gone.
yeah, so I'm gone. But no, but really though, it's a group of friends. And I've noticed that is that's different from what a lot of bands have. A lot of bands are a group of working musicians together.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is a lot different.
Yeah, and I
makes for a
like,
better. Sorry.
No. Oh no, please, no, please.
It makes for a better, just like environment, working environment where, like writing the songs. Like we don't have to try to write the songs,
Right.
or, not that we don't have to try, but you show up and
Yeah,
practice, and they
I
kind of
try
just like
pretty hard.
flow. Everything just kind of flows.
Yeah, I didn't try at all.
I put a lot of effort into this. I want that to be known. You guys are like, yeah, we just show up and it's like the songs are kind of just already written. It's easy.
like
I'm like,
It's because you wrote the
yeah,
songs.
I stay up till 4 a.m. working on my craft.
We used to just go and we just eat like edibles and melt into the floor, and then Mike was like tirelessly like writing songs, trying to get us all to focus, and like sitting there like biting my fingernails and shit.
Like Mike always said, it's like herding cats.
Yeah, herding cats.
Yeah.
It definitely is nice though, because I remember like when we were practicing and everything, and that like things were cool. Thursday night was like my night to like go out and like see my friends and hang out and play music. And we practiced every Thursday, and like it didn't feel like I was going to like do something like I don't know. It felt like I was just going to hang out with my friends and
Right.
Get some stuff done like while we were doing it, which is fun.
It's always fun.
It's
Everything's fun.
I never don't have fun.
You can put it on my gravestone. I've never not had fun.
Jimmy, what year were you born?
95.
Okay, 95. Your gravestone is going to say, Jimmy Donovan, 1995 to 2024. Always had fun.
Yeah, perfect.
Do you like how I gave you a death date for 2 years from now? I'm sorry, 3 years from now.
Yeah. You never know what happened. You never know what'll happen.
Pancaked by a drunk dump truck driver.
Yeah. Tiny J.
Anyway, so I'm sorry. Let's
that's I love. That's the dynamic I love. Guys are like playing music like catching a wave. If we were a surfer, I mean, it's a thing that you cannot, okay, we're gonna have a chemistry together. It's something that you generate, that it's, that's the magic, and it's tough to have, and, it's through friendship that, you understand each other. You don't really have to talk to each other anymore. It's just, you get to know what you have to do at that time. So it's really cool to see the chemistry, because it's rare that band have, the 8 members, participating in writing music and, maybe put something in the lyrics and everything. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 guys that do the main thing, and, it really bring a balance, if I could say, in a band.
Yeah. I think we all kind of put our own piece in, and it makes it nice, just like having like everyone's different influences and different, upbringings and, whatever, all kind of playing into it, because I mean, even before I joined too, I was like really good friends with, a few of the guys. I mean, I met Mike and Jake through joining the band, but, I mean, Tom and Jimmy and Kyle and Co, like, I've known them for fucking, I met Jimmy when he was like 15.
Yeah, and, I've known Dooley since he weighed about as much as Mike.
Yeah. I used to be little. Not anymore.
But it's interesting. It's just like how the Ramones started up. They were just a group of guys that lived near each other, started a band in Queens. Whenever they lost a member, it was like, all right, who else do we know from the neighborhood? And then like, that's when like Marky or whoever else joined, like
Who's this?
The Ramones. You ever heard of the Ramones? They're like, they're kind of just like a, I don't know, like a.
Are they like a
thrash band?
No, it's like new metal.
Like heavy, like Slipknot heavy.
No, it's new metal. They have this song that's like, never mind. I was gonna mix Blitzkrieg Bop with Disturbed Down with the Sickness.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. Couldn't do it fast enough, huh?
Blitzkrieg Bop.
Nice.
Bop.
But imagine like the Ramones being a satanic band, like you just put with Satan at the end of every song, end of the century with Satan. Like, do you want to dance with Satan?
Yeah.
I
Do you remember high school with Satan?
See, they would, yeah, but they would do that because they love just like fun, funny shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't take themselves seriously, but they're creating such strong songs, and a lot of people don't know that the Ramones were not the big thing at their time. It takes a long, it was a long road for
everyone hated them.
success. Yeah, before they get in the arena with Blitzkrieg Bob, they were like that band from New York that nobody wants or nobody really care. But did you saw the CBGB's movies?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh no.
Like Billy Eilish, like, hey guys, no one's gonna like you.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is? They were the Johnny Appleseeds of punk. They toured nonstop everywhere they played. There were a bunch of kids that went like, huh, that looks easy. I could do that. And then all these shitty punk bands started up everywhere, and then all these scenes started. And like that was how Dead Kennedys started. Jello saw the Ramones and went, oh shit, okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So, yeah.
I can't wait 20 years from now when we just become a shirt that gets sold at Target. when
it's
no
like
one even knows that
the sleeves are already cut off.
Yeah. Bleach stained.
Weathered collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kid who never heard about you would say that Mickey Rickshaw guy, he play a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for some
That's
tough
not-
guy to yell at some little girl, tell her to name 3 Mickey Rickshaw songs.
No, we had a teacher in high school that used to do that.
What? Name 3 songs.
We had a teacher in high school that if you were wearing a band shirt, he'd be like, name 3 songs of that band.
What an
It
asshole.
was weird. Yeah, he was a Spanish teacher, and he was allergic to deodorant, so he always smelled.
Good dude, serves him right. Serves him right.
Yeah, I was.
Don't be an asshole to kids for wearing band shirts. You're gonna
I
make
forget
it
what
not
shirt I was-
cool, and then they're not gonna wear band shirts anymore, and it's gonna ruin this for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I don't know, it was like a Black Flag shirt or like a Minor Threat shirt on. He like pulled me in the classroom one day and was like, "Can you name like 3 songs that aren't self-titled songs?" And I was like, "No, what's the point?"
Yeah, who cares?
Pulled me in the room and like slapped my ass.
Yeah, you like pulled me aside away from everyone and like never mind.
That's common practice in the States.
Let's veer away from this conversation quick. Let's get out of there.
But that's true, it's not about, fashion or anything. It's always about the music and, spreading the word. It's cool to see that the Ramones are still remembered now, and the first wave of punk rocker too, even the shitty band,
Yeah.
we built something, brick by brick that lead us to fast forward now, which is kind of back, where it started up. Of course, we have the internet, which is a huge tools for every band, but it's the same thing. There's so much band out there. It's really hard to to make yourself discover because like I said, people go so fast. So I think it's still the community that talk about each other's and like shows, and you play in Montreal, the people there will talk about that show. So next time you come, it's going to be double time. There's going to be more people, and those people, and it's all about that. It's I think it's like, yeah, it's hard work, but at the end it makes the band stronger, and it's a much greater reward than the fast track. Okay, we got a wallet full of money, take that door, you're a celebrity now, so you're going to hate your life in a couple of months, and you didn't sell out, but too late. So we all know about that. but it's the between, that's what you want to reach, level like maybe like NoFX right now, they did a great living with the band and they never kind of sell out, they were, it's their own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, stayed who they were through it all.
Excuse me.
And I mean,
DIY, same as Mickey Rickshaw.
DIY or die. That's what it's all
Actually,
about.
We are
where'd you read
extremely
that, dude? Hot
DIY.
Topic?
Yeah, I read that on Hot Topic. I went into Hot Topic. I was like, what's DIY?
But yeah, I mean, Mickey Rickshaw is extremely DIY. We literally everything except for our own recordings, which I think we're going to shift to start doing that.
I mean, the Behind the Eight Ball was all DIY.
Yeah, we recorded the album before Home and Song. We recorded that in my apartment, my roommate.
We did the bagpipes in my backyard.
Yeah.
And it sounds great.
Yeah. It keeps everything in the band is its own influence. It's like when the band is doing their own music videos and everything feels like that band,
Yeah, and it show you every aspect of being a band. I think it's important that people understand that it's not just creating music. There's way more. Like you said, the video, doing the shirt pressing, the vinyl. I think you didn't press for the three first record. I think it was an EP and a 2 full length, if I'm right.
Yep. We did not press those on vinyl. We didn't have enough people interested in the band for us to justify spending that much money on vinyl for those. But
hey, you never know. We could still do it. We could still do it in the future, right?
Yeah.
A repress. Well, actually,
you can't repress.
It wouldn't be a repress. It's never been
A repress of a non-existing record.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll call it the repress anyways. DIY.
A re-release.
DIY. We do whatever we want.
But
DIY, shut up.
Right choice, because if you get more followers, and I'm sure it's gonna happen, and touring, people gonna ask a lot of having something physical from those records. So I think at some point maybe a label gonna be interested, and maybe label in Quebec, like my friend Anthony for people of punk rock, or Thousand Island Records, or even I'm working with Soundspeed Records. So there's a lot of label, and it's a cool thing because label are the same. It's hard for them too. There's not much money, so it's really like helping each other. With the cost and everything, like taking the risk and splitting in half. It's more it's less investment, but it's cool for fans. That want to have something, and I hope it happen, but who knows. But are you working on new songs, or with the release, since it's a year and a half? What's happening with you guys?
Yeah, so we were actually just in the studio recording a single. We have, since we haven't been able to practice, we haven't been writing too much, but we do have new songs. So yeah, we're slowly in the process of starting to releasing music again.
Yeah, most of it's done. I'm just gonna get a couple guys in there. It's hard to get everybody, coordinate everybody in there. It's actually unbelievable when you're trying to get 8 people to go to one spot during a pandemic on different days who don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the pandemic has hit every band with the exception of who is it? Stained? No.
Stained? Trapped.
Yeah, Trapped.
Well, they kicked out their singer. They finally kicked out.
They did. Yeah, they did. Oh, you know who else did a thing like a fuck masks, like whatever was Smash Mouth.
Yeah, I was about to say Smash Mouth. Yeah. And they did big with all the bikers and everything. I saw
it was like Trapped in Smash Mouth.
Yeah. Did they play Sturgis?
They might have.
You know who was supposed to play Sturgis?
Trapped.
The Rumjacks.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was wise of you to not do that.
Yeah, seriously.
You know who's a big supporter of what's it called? About, I think it's not wearing masks. Michael Graves is a
He's a proud boy.
pretty hard right wing guy, huh?
He's a proud boy.
He always was.
Yeah, he's a proud boy.
Even back in like 2004 when there was a big punkrockers4republicans.com.
Yeah.
Michael Graves was always the forefront of that. And
so
and his whole argument was like, oh, well, it's anti-establishment. That's we don't want government, and that's what punk rock is. But they were anti-establishment because the establishment stood for racism and things that we thought were shitty.
Yeah.
Like before Graves was around. So he's just an idiot that missed the point, I think.
I feel like that's like that in itself is just like an oxymoron, like punk rock for Republicans. It's like grow up. You can't have punk rock too. Like you don't get to
no, you can't
be racist assholes and also have punk rock.
People
pick a side.
But Michael Graves has always been a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Can I say shit on the air?
Yes, because you're English.
Oh, really?
Nailed.
Because we got our swear language in French, so that it's not good. Like the tabarnak. And,
I was gonna say tabarnak.
Yeah, I think it's a popular one. Because there's like Chris, Callis, tabarnak. Like tabarnak is one of the most common. Like,
what's tabernacle?
It can be a question. It can be like adjective. It can be like what do you do? Like, qu'est-ce que tu fais, tabarnak? It's a question.
Okay. So it's like, what the fuck?
Like, wow, tabarnak. It's positive.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's
just exclamatory swear.
Yeah, fuck can be
like
anything.
Holy fuck or fuck, you know.
Yeah. So you're saying I could swear in English all I want on this?
Yes.
All right, so I can say fucking shit and piss and cock ass. It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, damn, I was like, trying to not say that, but now I can. So let's go.
Yeah, let's party.
I hope that's the ad for the interview, so I can say like fucking shit and cock. Did you guys know that bottle Mike's drinking is actually just water with food coloring because he wants to look cool?
Water with food coloring. It's not even just apple juice. It's just
it's water with food coloring. You gotta get on the you guys gotta get on the real train and get on that seltzer game.
I already I put down 2 bottles already.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Drinks are a huge part of a lot of bands' life. And I know in Boston you got pretty great drinks. I'm a huge microbrewery beer fans. I'm a beer geeks, and we try a lot of microbrewery there. It's a culture that's been going on for a lot of times. In Quebec, it's kind of new. It's going like good since the last 10 years. But it's kind of new thing. But you guys are used to that. What do you guys enjoy drinking?
Budweiser.
Budweiser. That's it.
So it's interesting because I think the U.S. for a while had the reputation of, it's the worst beer in the world. But we have more microbreweries than anywhere, So I think people are starting to realize like, oh wait, it's actually a really big like beer culture country. And like it's so regional, kind of like how Germany, how they're like, well, we have this Bavarian Hefeweizen, which is very different from, Gulch. So like, and they are very proud of their regional beers, even though they all taste exactly the same. But
don't ever say that. Though.
Whereas we have, a New England style IPA that they serve in Colorado. Colorado recognizes New England for having its own style. So I think there really is a lot more to U.S. beer culture than people are recognizing or even willing to admit for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I like Heady Topper. That's one of my favorites. It's a great one.
But that's like everybody's favorite IPA. It's not like that's not like special of you or anything.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say one that you can get and that's around it. I don't want to be like, yeah, no, Bumblebee Hush Hush from Newport Storm right by the road is like the best primo.
My buddy makes it in his basement in his bathtub. It's so good.
But yeah, I don't know. What about you? What's your favorite? Do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I'm really into IPA too, like really strong, double, triple IPA. New World too, I love them. Like really juicy, kind of orange color. Like I
Floral.
love them. It really have to taste.
Have you been to Vermont?
What?
Have you been to the state of Vermont?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't went to out Steel Farm. I'm sorry. It's one of the greatest microbrewery. I didn't went there, but yeah, I went fourth time in the States, and every time I passed, there one time I didn't pass for Vermont. We went to Maine.
Oh, the other way. Yeah.
Boring. People sleep at 9. We arrived on, I went to Boston to see Dropkick on St. Patrick Days 4 years ago, and we went through Maine. So we stopped at Waterville, and when we arrived, there was a kind of huge party at the bar. So we just put our stuff at the room and run ourselves to the bar, which was at 12:15 a.m. and the fucking were closed.
Yeah.
In fucking 15 minutes, they throw everybody out and they fucking close. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm from Quebec. We drink to the bars are open to 3 a.m. So I'm like, what, man? Party are starting and like it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're open until 2 a.m.
2.
Then-
Yeah.
Build that new casino, which is now open till 4. You can drink.
Yeah.
Shit.
See, I live.
'cause-
I live back and forth in New York. I didn't tell you guys I'm moving back to New York, but in New York City, bars open till like 4 or 5
Cool.
every night.
Yeah, it's true. I went to New York. It's the sleep, the town that doesn't sleep. Yeah, it's at 1 a.m. It's like you're in the middle of the day. It's crazy.
It's the town that probably should sleep though, because it sucks.
Should go to sleep. Get
They all said
sleep.
they work. They're not working. How can you work when you didn't sleep and drink all night?
They don't know hard work.
Sucks, all right.
But yeah. And I remember every night when we saw the Dropkick, we skip a song at the end because we want drink. So we run to the microbrewery to have more beer. So at 1 a.m. they close down.
Yeah, it closes
They
early.
said like we can be open like till 2, but most of the people are drunk ass, so it's better that we close for the last hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep out the riffraff.
So after pandemic in Boston, here it's the total lockdown. We cannot go outside to 1 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's if you do that, you got peace.
You guys can't?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how it should be, but everyone here is awful. So that's so people revolt and riot and storm our country's capital when they don't get their way.
But we're locked down because we're kind of didn't listen to.
No, we're kind of in the same boat. I mean, numbers are spiking. I mean, it's tough because you, on one hand, have the people who are like taking it seriously and being responsible and like doing the things, wash your hands, wear the mask, whatever. Then you, like me. But then you also have people who think that wearing a mask is somehow like putting us into like a communist dictatorship, and it's insane. And
those are people who haven't been through anything bad.
yeah, nothing bad's ever happened to them, so now like that they have to deal with like a little bit of like inconvenience. So it's like this big, to do, and like I kind of just wish everyone would just chill. But
Those are people that did not grow up in Russia in the 20s, in the 30s and 40s. Those are people that did not go through the things that previous generations have gone through. Instead, they just want to go to Applebee's, and Applebee's is closed early, and they're told they have to wear a mask, and they're like, well, what happened to my fucking freedom?
Yeah.
asshole.
Where's
like,
where's my dollar margarita?
that's what I get my Halloween stuff. I'm normally buying my Halloween stuff this time.
Where am I gonna get my Halloween stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here it's funny because there's some contradiction in what the government say because we cannot buy anything right now. There's things that are non-essential,
Yeah.
like baby stuff. So it's kind of weird. People are like, "Come on."
That is essential.
No.
That is for sure essential.
Don't
We're in
have
the middle
don't
of
have
winter.
babies.
Who have
Yeah, babies aren't essential.
and it's in the middle of winter. You cannot like buy winter clothes or anything. So there's weird stuff, but mainly what we realize and what pissed people off is that we didn't take care of hospital and our healthy systems, and it's really falling down right now. It's like 100 hospitalization right now in the whole Quebec, and our system is dead. And it just happened in January. So they have to say to people that have cancer, you will have to wait. It's full right now.
Yeah.
And so, and
Yeah.
people that the staff are burnout and everything. So that's the main problem right now. We understood that the millions we put in the system didn't go in the system at all. So
Yeah, right.
a lot of
Right.
anger right now about how they what they did with the system and everything. And in the States it seemed like it's more like if you go to the hospital you have to pay. I think, if I'm right, it's way more easy and less complicated than here.
Yeah, well, all our hospitals and insurance and everything is privatized, so it's more of it's still working with like the capitalism thing. You know what I mean? Like it's
That's
still
freedom.
like it's freedom. No, I mean
It is. Yeah. It's complicated. It's all very complicated.
yeah, it's a very complicated system, and
It's complicated and boring. We could go on forever about it, but
yeah, and there's definitely people who know a lot more about it than I do who would be willing to talk more about it.
But I'll tell you, it's friggin'
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah,
It's
it is expensive.
The problem in the whole Quebec and Canada is the government has tentacle everywhere. It should be private. The road is the same thing. It should be private because the road here are total mess. It's not like in the States.
Yeah.
So they don't put a lot of money, and when they put people that gonna work on the road, they're the cheapest one. So it broke down
Right.
after years. What the fuck, man? It's
Yeah.
always like that. It should be private, and but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because if you ask people here, you get the opposite answer where it's like it should be taken care of by the government and we should be getting these things. You know,
Isn't that crazy?
nothing
well, it's
works.
just like yeah,
Nothing
nothing,
works.
It's just the opposite.
nothing
yeah.
works. Yeah, that's
But at the
that's
same
so
time,
fucked up.
everything works. But at the same time, nothing works. It all
Yeah.
works out, sort of. Not for everyone.
Nothing will
We're all
ever.
alive. We're all on the Skype interview. Everything's all right.
Yep.
It's so true. It's so true. But when everything ends, I really hope that you guys will came to Quebec City for the first time, but came back to Montreal and do a little tour. We have beautiful festival like the Poudre Fest.
They deny us every year.
Yeah, that's right.
Every year we get an email that says, "Sorry, you're not what we're looking for."
We didn't even we didn't even send them an email first. They reach out to us personally and just say sorry.
They go, "Sorry, you didn't play Fest in Gainesville. Yeah, we're not gonna take you." And that's how the Pouza is just Fest, but of Montreal.
Yeah.
So true.
But
So true.
I would still like to
It's all the same bands, but
Yeah. It would be nice to get up there though. I would definitely love to come up
yeah.
and
Oh, I love it.
play some shows.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'll move there right now. I don't care.
I'll do it. I'll start packing, and I will
Pack
move
my
to
bags
Canada.
right now.
Yeah.
Mike,
and I
break
will,
your guitar.
I will pay for the booze for 8 of you.
Ooh,
That's a big bill, man. That is
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna lose a lot of money, but the memories that I'm gonna get, or maybe no memories, but
the memories that you're gonna lose will be totally worth it.
there's gonna be a cool feeling about something happened that is a blur with, Mickey Rickshaw guys.
Hey,
It can definitely be a blur.
ask one of our Dutch friends about that who lives in Germany. I don't think he'll tell you not to do it.
Hey, we're a pretty good time. We're a pretty good time when we go out partying.
Yeah,
We're bad influences.
we are
We are
bad.
bad influences.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because
You
the
guys
8 of us influence each other, and then if somebody else is with us, they just kind of get strung in.
Yeah, yep. Then
We
there's
had
those.
a gentleman in Germany telling us not to go somewhere. He was like, "You guys shouldn't go there," and he ended up going with the band to the place he told them not to go to, and then he ended up doing some very bad things, and he got in trouble. And
Yeah,
that's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
and
Partying.
that's it.
I'm just gonna say partying. Nothing like bad. Nothing incriminating. But I will say partying with Mickey Rickshaw, that'll get you into some trouble. But not
It
like
might.
not bad trouble. Not
No, fun trouble. The
Yeah,
kind
fun-
of trouble
fun
you
trouble.
want to get into.
fun trouble. Not like
Yeah.
nothing that's gonna get you a Facebook status posted and gone viral. Nothing like
no,
that.
no.
Nothing
Unless
like
you're
that.
unless you're some guy at Mavericks flipping a pool table.
Oh
That was
yeah,
different. That was different.
That was trouble.
He wasn't with us. We just took
Yeah.
care of it. Anyway,
I was in Vegas for that. I got a phone call at 3 a.m. It was like,
let's
we
move on.
just fucked-
Move on.
All right, yeah, all right.
No one knows what you're talking about. One
Yeah.
time, we're gonna tell the story real quick. One time, we were at a bar for a birthday, our drummer's birthday, and a young gentleman, huge dude, walked into the bar, and he had a relationship with the bartender or something, and she said, "Get out! You can't fucking be here. We kicked you out." So he flipped the pool table, the entire pool table, flipped it over, and it landed and snapped a girl's leg in half, broke her leg, and she was a professional dancer. So he ran out, and the whole band all chased him down this main road, and then he went into a parking lot, and everyone was in this part of the parking lot.
Can you tell this?
I'll tell up to a certain point. And he was in this part of the parking lot, and everybody was over here, thinking he was over here. Meanwhile, I could have sworn he went this way. And there were all these storage containers, these giant, big metal bins. And I'm looking for him. I just see him standing like this. And he goes, he starts running. And I caught him first. And I took him down somehow because this dude was huge. And then the rest of the band caught up to him and
held him until the police came.
And
made sure he didn't go anywhere until the police came.
He said, "You stay there and you be a good boy." And that was all that happened. I didn't break my foot on his cranium.
You should send him the mugshot and he can edit it in. of the guy whose face was upside down on his head.
Man, I've never seen somebody flip a billiards table like that.
I still haven't. I wasn't, like I said.
Yeah, that's true. You weren't there. I mean, they're so heavy. It's just slight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it snapped that you run, and try to catch him without totally forgetting that, it just fucking flipped a fucking pool table. And he won't fucking beat the hell out of me.
I'm surprised he didn't throw Mike like a football.
No, dude, I took him down. I took him down, and I was able.
Texting on an interview.
No.
Oh, nice.
There he is. There he is.
We got his mugshot because it's on the news.
That's crazy story.
I'll
never fuck Mickey Rickshaw, guys, or girl legs. Or a pool table.
But anyway.
Oh, God.
That was a quick story. Just wanted to get out there for anyone that thought we were,
Thank you for sharing it. That's amazing, man.
It was all for justice.
Boston Day.
It was all for justice.
Yeah. We only do it when it's the right thing to do.
It was
like
the right
stories. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing. First of all, I would say a year and a half later, too late. Congratulations with Omen Songs. People go grab it. You can directly go on their official website. The money goes directly to the band. And make sure to buy everything you can. There's shirts. There's still vinyl, I think. I'm sure you sell more than 3, but go.
There's
great.
plenty left.
There's plenty to go around.
Hey, thank you so much. Merci, mon ami. We appreciate it. And yeah, we hope to get to Canada, and we hope everyone stays safe.
He said,
Yeah,
"Thank
man.
you, my friend."
Yeah. I hope everybody who's listening to this is still alive by the time shows happen again.
And then we'll come up
Except
to
for you.
Montreal. We'll come up to Quebec. We'll play a banging set. We'll go out partying.
We'll party.
Yeah,
We'll
man, I
party,
can't
dude.
wait. Let's do something really cool. And we got some great band like Irish Mutard, Bud Acton here. They are amazing. And let's make a huge party. And guys, thank you for your time, man. I repeat myself, I love that project. And I didn't warn you. You're stuck in a false contract that you never signed with us to came back as many times as you fucking want.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Can't wait.
Love
We're
to.
gonna make huge hour specials on you guys, and make sure I'm sending all the links and details for the show. We're not a podcast show; we're live in the studio, but I'm gonna send the podcast. It's available right after the show. And thank you, man. Seriously, I fucking had a blast, and yeah, we're gonna work something to get your ass in Quebec City. Make sure of that.
We'll be there as soon as we
Thank you
can
so
be.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I paid beer, so the guy's gonna be yeah.
Yeah, we'll totally do
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive.
Throwing whiskey and we're there. So
that.
merci, au revoir et bonne nuit.
It's gonna take 8 bottles of whiskey and more than 200 fucking pints of beer.
I bet we could drink 200 beers.
Yeah, easily.
We're gonna try, my friend. Have a fucking kick-ass Monday, and thank you, seriously, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, guys.
See you
Bonne
later.
nuit.
Hell yeah!
No.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you, buddy. Thank you.